Good morning, everyone. It's me, Crystal Fitzgerald from Tarot and Sass, and I'm so excited to be bringing you this general reading today. I felt really called just in the last 10 to 12 hours to offer a reading, a general reading for everyone in regards to what is going on in the world right now, particularly in the vein of the United States, in US politics. It has been crazy, and I know a lot of people are afraid of what's happening. That is what terrorism does. It makes us afraid. And we don't have to live in fear when we have answers from the divine most of the time. I mean, we don't have to live in fear of all this stuff. Right, Diego? Right. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm using the Antique Anatomy Tarot deck. And I love this deck so much. I'm obsessed with, these anatomical drawings. I love these figure drawings. They're so beautiful. And this deck is just, I love it. It's one of my favorites. So, me and Diego would like to present these cards for you. So, first on the left here, I have the One of Blades. This is the One of Swords in traditional tarot. And here I'm really feeling like there is a lot of loneliness, because I mean, many of us are, in isolation, or we are in lockdown. Some of us aren't completely. However, this whole period has, I know, made many people feel very alone in whatever you're going through. But this card is showing me, see, all these flowers are blooming behind this sword or this blade. And what that's saying is that you have the ability to blossom when you rely on your own inner strength. So your inner strength being your inner wisdom. You have that inside of you, no matter how you feel right now. If you're feeling very fearful about what's going on in the outside world, if you're feeling confused, if you're feeling lonely, you're feeling sad, remember that one thing that you can always do is just take a second to ask yourself what it is you really need. What do you really need? Ask for guidance. And it doesn't have to be, super woo-woo or airy-fairy or anything like this. It can be very practical, because I do like to teach a little bit of practicality. I don't like talking in that airy-fairy language, the woo-woo language. But I really feel like this is a call to rely on your inner strength. It is a moment for you to turn inward, to use that inner wisdom, that connection to higher self, to stand strong, to blossom, to bloom. There's just so much that you have to look forward to. And already we are seeing shifts with what is going on in the world today. We are already seeing shifts, like just in the last few days, since everything has taken place on January 6th. We have seen so many things change almost instantly. And it's almost like we're getting woken up to it. And this is where, when things look scary on the outside, we need to turn back in. And so that's why I keep saying, hey, it's time to just rely on that inner wisdom, that connection to your higher self. That's going to bring you the connection that you feel, that you want to feel. It's going to remove and eliminate that disconnect that's being created in the outside, as well as, I think, what we're all sort of feeling collectively a little bit on the inside. I think we all feel very disconnected in this place and time. So next, I have it is the Blades again, and it is the 9 here. So this is inverted, and with the 9 of Blades, it just represents a lot of strife. It represents, I keep hearing the word backstabbing, but because it's inverted, it generally shifts. That meaning shifts. So what I'm really getting is, yes, there was a period of backstabbing, I think, within this country, within our political system, and that is actually shifting. It's being turned on its head right now. I feel that there is almost like a block. It's like a giant block, and it's sort of being lifted. It's being pulled away. I'm seeing the wool being removed from our eyes. I feel like we're all being woken up to what's really going on. Ironically, the people that stormed the U.S. Capitol on January 6th, they wanted to create reformation, and now with all this news and all these shifts that are happening, in a variety of different ways. I'm not going to go into super detail, but in a variety of different ways, it really just seems like what they were threatening or promising even sort of came true, but in the inverted sense, which I find hilarious with this card. I feel like with the Nine of Swords or Blades here inverted, it just it means that their plans were almost turned on their heads. And I just want to again encourage you to take everything almost with a grain of salt. Like, you don't have to buy into the fear that you see going on. Yes, it is scary. Yes, what's happening is very confusing. We are in very strange times, but we are going through a big universal shift, a big collective shift. So there is huge changes taking place, and I know there are huge changes taking place astrologically, so to speak, as well. So in the heavens, in the cosmos. So lastly is the one of elixirs, or this is the one traditionally of cups. And I just feel like right now, a lot of people, again, it's that confusion, there's turmoil, a lot of people are just feeling weighed, and this is just a dumping. I just feel like there's guidance for you, for all of us, to really just start releasing these pent-up emotions we've been holding on to. This normally would represent like a fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, almost happiness in a way, but it's reversed. So it's just a lot of stuff is being emptied out. And when we empty out negative emotion, when we empty out the negative stuff in our life, when we cut that off, when we, leave a toxic relationship, or, remove something that's toxic from our life or negative in our life, we are actually creating space in our ether, in our energies, for more positive to flow in, because we've let go of all that negative stuff. So this is just a way, or not a way, but a reminder for you to just start releasing in whatever way feels comfortable for you. If you need to mind dump into a piece of paper in a journal, that's great. If you want to cry it all out, that's also great too. Do what you need to do to release these frustration emotions, these sort of feelings of confusion. Again, that confusion keeps coming up. There's just so much, I think, chaos going on that we lack true understanding of it. And this is a time for you to release that, because we are all collectively again going through this big shift. And I feel like once we kind of empty these negative emotions out, we no longer have to hold on to them. We'll feel lighter, we'll feel released. So do what you need to do to get these emotions out safely. If you need to talk to somebody, if you need to just cry them out, if you need to write them out, do whatever feels natural and comfortable for you.